Namaste, truth seekers.
What's good? What's good? Peace.
It's me, Cameo. This week I am broadcasting from Atlanta, Georgia. I am back at home.
And I am from my new home, Athens, Georgia, here at UGA.
We would love to hear from you in the comments section. Where are you watching us from?
Tap in, tap in.
Tap in, light a little bit of sage. I wanted to come on today and just kind of further. I think
Got
it's
to get
shaping
that
up that
Santo.
oh, you got your Palo Santos.
hmm
Um,
I was waiting because I knew you was gonna do this.
right. So it looks like a lot of the conversation surrounding this book and what I'm seeing is really going to involve and has been involving NPC behavior and recognizing what that is so that you can change that behavior. So
NPC behavior in 2025.
mm, yeah,
That's what we're gonna talk about specifically.
yes. Um, because I'll tell you something, and I'm glad you said that
The new
because
age of programming.
I'm glad you said that. I want you to put a pin in that because I made a social media post today and I usually refrain from, I guess you could say, commenting, on people and what they're doing. But sometimes when I see people that I guess you could say I'm like disappointed in, because I kind of feel like they have the potential for a higher vibration, but I see them doing things that are just like super low.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not going to go into what the post was, who it was, or share the post or anything of that nature. But when we see people out in the world struggling, and whatever that struggle may be, it may just, it may not be, they may be struggling with multiple children. They may be struggling, or I'll say struggling in an airport with multiple children. They could be just struggling mentally to get through the day. We don't know. It may not be a visible struggle that we can see, but everybody's going through something. So when we see people on the struggle in some way, or let's say maybe we don't agree with their choices or how they're living, what we should be doing is offering some support, offer a hand, offer a kind word, just send, positive energy their way. But what I'm seeing happening now and what's kind of really irking my soul as I occasionally scroll through my timeline,
The
uh,
worst mistake.
is that instead of doing that, instead of being that kind human, instead of offering support, doing unto others as you would want them to do unto you, we're recording it. We're recording it, and we're not recording it because there's any real intention on positive action. We're recording it so that then we can bring it back to social media. We can post it on our page for attention. We can get all our fake friends to join in with us in laughing at this person and pointing the finger like, what's wrong with this person? What's wrong with these people? And in effect, what's happening in these situations is you may think you're just ha-haing a social media post, but you're joining in with a negative energy being directed towards that person.
I have a question. This just made me think of, and we want to bring real life examples, the infamous Walmart posts. How do you feel
Oh
about
God,
that?
people at
Because you,
Walmart.
I'm,
Okay, I'm being
hey,
judged.
we
I have
all
to.
were a part of this. And that's the thing I was gonna say. I've never made a Walmart post. I've never took a camera out and posted somebody on a public platform that I can think of. I may have sent it to my friends. I may giggle or save it for myself. But even if you laugh at these posts, you like, repost, you comment, you are amplifying and you are just as complicit as the original.
Yes. And I be the first, like I said, this is not a judgment zone.
It's
This
an
is an
accountability
accountability
zone.
zone. I will be the first to admit that the people of that page, whatever that page is on Facebook,
Come
The
on.
people of Walmart. I mean, and see, but here's the thing. There's a difference between
There's a nuance.
jolly laughter and really sending negative energy towards a
Right.
person, really trying to tear a person down. I laugh at humanity all the time. The stupid stuff people are doing, what they're wearing, like whatever. I will admit that there's levels to everything. Okay. Not to excuse, here's the thing. At the end of the day, though, would you want it done to you? That's the litmus test of, should you be doing this? Is this appropriate? I know, hey, I mean, if you laugh under your breath at something, sometimes laughter is a jerk reaction. It's not something you can plan or don't laugh. It's not something you can plan like now. Like I'm really trying hard not to laugh because what I'm saying is serious, but there is a different level of intention when you take out your phone, you record somebody, you post it on social media, you and all your friends, drag them to shreds. Because when I laugh at people, I also just send them light and love, healing. Like, uh, it's with the energy of, man, everybody's here doing their thing. You know what I mean? Like, Earth is wild. Just ha ha. And it's not with an energy of judgment. I'll say that. It's just, so there are levels to it, but I do appreciate the accountability that you threw in there because, I like people in Walmart.
Hey, that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, well, what role
So
am I?
what I thought of, I'm going to tell you what I thought of
What you
because remember
thinking?
I just got done watching. If anybody remembers, I'll probably date myself here. And although it's okay, I'll date myself because my birthday is coming up. I have in 2 days I will have completed 47 revolutions around the sun. So yay me.
Woo woo.
But when I was younger, one of my favorite shows was called Quantum Leap. And it was about this scientist. He jumps in this accelerator machine and he leaps around in time, uh, helping to shift the course of history, helping to right wrongs, things of that nature. So anyway, I just finished watching. They did a reboot, which I love a good reboot, and they did a reboot of it. It's available currently on Netflix. Occasionally, I do watch television. I will watch Netflix series, sometimes documentaries, a little bit of YouTube. I won't watch like regular network television for the most part, but I did binge watch that. I took some time binge watch that because that really took me back. It was really nostalgic and took me back to my childhood. So, but anyway, the point is, I was watching that, and what this particular post, when people do this type of posting, when they record things, and with 100% certainty that the reaction that you're going to get from the people on your timeline.
Right.
Okay, whether people are going to be supportive, whether people are going
You know the
to,
bias because you
yeah,
played that.
the
You know the algorithm.
biases,
You know the
the
algorithm.
algorithm. So what it reminded me of, and what I saw a scene on one of the scenes on Quantum Leap where he goes back in time to right the wrongs of the Salem witch trials. And I think that was back somewhere like really late 1600s, maybe early 17. I'm sure somebody at some point will come on and put that fact in the in the chat. So I'm not even going to look it up. But the point is that was the energy of the NPC. Somebody yells, "Oh, they're guilty. Oh, they're sinners," and then now this whole crowd is going, "Yeah, yeah." You weren't there. You don't know. You have no idea what's
1692.
going on.
1692.
1682.
1692. 1692.
92, yes, okay, so yeah, that was the year it was this particular scene was set in, but that's the energy that it was giving, this kind of like, stoning a person. And what really
Cancel
concerned me,
culture.
what concerned me more about the video was not so much that they were, because people are going to record people. I'm not here to stop people from recording people or having a good time, but the baby that she was recording in the Atlanta baggage claim area, that baby was in danger. Okay. That baby was in danger and you're trying to tear down the mama. What if something had really happened to that child while you were recording? I mean, my first instinct would have been to go and put some space. I'm not going to, snatch anybody's child up, but try to put some space in between myself and whatever it is, be it the baggage carousel. The child was grabbing bags, putting their mouth on the wheel. It was gross. So the original video was, somebody recording it, whatever. Then somebody else kind of remixed the video, and their purview was just like, ew, this is so unsanitary and gross. My purview is that this child is in harm's way, and you're sitting here recording it. And this was a baby less than 2 years old, maybe a year, probably just started walking. And everybody's standing around just watching this child. And it was just, I just didn't get it. I didn't get how this became a viral video
Yeah. I mean, I'm a pretty young
with
person.
nobody stepping, and nobody in the video stepped in. And they're dragging the mom. Oh, well, she had a double stroke. Like she had this, she wasn't in distress. She had, you don't know. I mean,
Assumptions.
that girl could have been mentally ill. You don't even know what's going on with people in their mind if somebody allows their child to do that. Or like I said in my in a post that I made on social media where I was kind of disappointed with my timeline. You don't know what's going on in a person's mind or in their head. And from what I saw in the brief video, and like I said, I was not there. So my purview is limited, but from what I saw, I was so disappointed that nobody stepped in or said something. Everybody was just like, ew, 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 ew. Go move that baby from away from that. I would, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that is kind of where I want to start today's conversation, with just kind of that. And I think what's interesting and what I'm observing is that it seems as if I don't think people realize that social media is still real life. You're still really doing things. You're still really sending out energy. You're still really sending messages, typing things, saying things, communicating. It's not this, a lot of people are like, oh, social media is not real. It's just where we go to da 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 da. No, you're still putting an energy out there. And the karmic retribution of what you're putting out will come back, just like if you're standing in someone's face bullying them or giving I need a minute, because I don't know, it just really kind of, the whole thing just really kind of broke my heart. um but that is one of the biggest signs. So, and another thing that I said in there, before you post anything, before you um spread anything, you need to ask yourself three things. Is it true? And do you know it to be true? Not because somebody else said it and you're just forwarding along. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if you can answer yes to all three things, then go for it. But if you can't answer yes to all those things, then you should probably think twice about putting that energy out there. Um, but and it's like, and it's really sad too, because it's like people seem to want to record others, and aside from this airport baby situation, just in generally speaking, people love to record people at their weakest moments instead of
Oh
helping.
yeah. Oh
Like, what
yeah.
is that about?
It's a viral moment. It's about clout. It's about clicks, it's about likes, and it's also about capturing, I think, a low point. So you always like you don't feel as bad when you're
Mhm.
watching other people suffer. Or maybe you're already suffering and that's just your experience to soak in it. You know what I mean? But it's like that trauma porn phenomenon, if that makes sense, you know.
What?
Trauma porn.
Trauma porn? Oh boy,
Another,
it's about to be
another
another post
all
nut
right.
clarity conversation. What's
Welcome.
trauma
Trauma
porn?
porn is just the idea that clips, videos, images, or like news of very traumatic events, whether that be people getting shot,
Oh, they give
assaulted.
people an excitement or like a
No, not just an excitement, but it's like it becomes an addiction, but it's like a fear addiction. And it's like lulling your brain to sleep in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not in the sense of like, because the same thing like food porn. It's like you're not
Mhm,
actually eating the food, but people like looking at good food. But somehow they've tricked people, and especially like I feel like it's very prevalent in the Black community where trauma porn. I feel like we're becoming a little more aware of it now, but especially with
mhm,
social media, you could just watch people get killed all day.
yeah,
And even if it's not Black people getting killed, if it's just police interactions or it's just certain things like this, certain things like that that make you, looking at health statistics, looking at, um, data, and like even doing research can become very incumbent on a lot of people just because of how much wear and tear it does on your nervous system and your spirit. So, I mean,
mhm,
some people are more resilient than others, but when it comes to processing that imagery, it can become
mhm,
a loop. And that's why they're making so many more movies about the Jim Crow South and slavery. And,
yeah,
that's what big cinema, I mean, that was a phase, that was a wave, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's not doing as much anymore, but movies like Sinners and stuff like that hits for a certain reason.
I
Um,
haven't seen that movie. I guess
yeah,
I need to
it's on HBO. We got HBO. Like I
when
said,
I was young, I don't know if it's the only when I was young, I used to really love like horror movies and things like that. I
yeah, I mean
used
it is kind of a thriller horror.
mm.
But it's like it's
Now they're kind of silly, but
it has some silly elements, but it's also got the music
I
element.
liked being scared. I like, you know what I
You should
mean?
watch the movie. It's a good movie. I mean, I've
Let's
been
see.
told you should have watched the movie. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I just haven't had the time yet.
Yeah.
Trying to,
Shout
teach the
out to
world.
Ryan
Trying
Coogler. Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to the Bay Area.
but yeah, it seems like as it relates to social media, it's like NPCs are really easy to spot on social media. They thrive on like,
It's not even just
judgment,
NPCs. And we
gossip,
have to look at it like
public
this.
humiliation.
66%. Let's just go ahead and run this down. A third of everything on the internet is bots. And we could really say half.
Hmm.
So if we just go and say a third to be conservative, another third of that is going to be bots. I mean NPCs, which they act just like bots. The bots are learning from the NPCs, and then you got about another fourth. That's you could just throw everybody else in there. Regular people, company profiles, boop doop doop, whoop. And then you got the maybe like the 1% that has like millions of followers or whatever.
Yeah,
And that's how the
yeah,
game works. The
yeah.
algorithm
It's
feeds in.
mm, it just
Larger
oh
stacks feed into smaller stacks, and all these
yeah.
people at the top make
So
the
we
money.
need more and see, and usually healed sovereign beings aren't really interested in like dragging people down or anything like that. And so, but they're also
It's a foreign
not
motive,
really that interested on being on social media either.
right?
So we're not able to, I don't
Right.
think
So if
we're
you think about the whole
able to positively
population,
contribute to the algorithm like we should.
right? If you think about the whole population of people, that's why I mentioned the social media breakdown. You have to add the third of bots. In real life, there's no bots. There's just like real life NPC bots that have like biology and DNA somehow. I don't know what's going on, or they present it so. But yeah. So most of those people are NPCs. So like, who's gonna contribute to social media? Mostly them.
Yeah,
That's why the
yeah.
thought leaders are always so like they got like 20 followers and they just talk to themselves on their phone and then they go about their
I
day.
wonder how it works. I wonder, we need to do some research. I wonder how it works with bots and energetic frequency. Do the bots give
Ooh,
out the
that's
same
deep.
energetic
That's
frequency or
deep.
similar
That's
to
deep.
humans
That's crazy. That's crazy.
or more because they're more skilled
Mm,
at it's like
mm,
auto manipulation, just
yeah,
on autopilot.
yeah. I don't know.
So
I think it's as
write that down.
I think it's as multiplied as it's received. So if bots are doing things that nobody is interacting with, loading
Hmm.
up to a website that gets no traffic, it's like, I mean, I guess, yeah, you could say it's energetic, but like if people are receiving it, it's like I feel like the energy, like what I'm saying, you could send something out and it's can't be created or destroyed.
It's almost like
But once
the
we
bots
take it
would know,
in,
but
we create.
because the bots know us, they could almost amplify that energy more easily. because they would know what buttons to push. They know what buttons to push. They're constantly listening. They know what to put in our faces
I
as we
feel
interface
like
with the
I feel
internet.
like yes. I feel like we have to say yes because our engagement and interaction with it is energetic. And so as long as we react to it in some way, we're feeding it. We're feeding the monster already.
Yeah, we really need to be more like
Getting
uh
mad at bots. You don't even know it's a bot till you go on the profile. You read the comment, your stomach drops. Someone saying you look ugly on social media. Why would this person say this? And oh my God, it's
see,
a
I've
bot.
never interact. I've never had that type of trolling. I've never really experienced those types of bots. Um,
Well, people that have more following, people that just have thousands of people commenting.
oh yeah, nobody's following.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like when you got like
That's fine. Yeah, I don't have any followers.
everybody loves
Not
you.
really.
Because that's the thing,
And
like
that's
you
the
get
thing. It's kind of weird. I just feel like I just want people to, the few people who are meant to find these videos to find them. I'm not that interested in a ton of followers. You know what I mean? Like just
yeah.
because it just comes with so much,
This is for the archives,
there's
so you
the
can say
negative make. Yeah, this is for the archives.
this is
This
what we
is
did.
for, I don't know, posterity's sake.
Hey,
Um,
what I'm reading right now for all my gardeners and people that want to get into growing things, this is a very good read.
growing
Shout
consciousness.
out to Phoenix the Dragon, Leo
Mm,
Carver. Great, great book. It has some meditations in there. Our book
mhm.
though, you already know.
Yes.
Quality.
There will be a link in the pinned into the description box at the
Which
bottom of
page is that what's the name one?
what.
The oldest woman in history.
Oh, that's in I think that's chapter 4.
Let me check it
Um
for.
chapter who what when who what when where 3. That'd be chapter 3. Page 53.
Wow. You sure? 53? I see a pop quiz on 53.
That's the beginning of the chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want to see the picture of the oldest human? That's page 50. That's page 56.
Ah,
Lucy. That's Lucy.
Lucy.
Yes.
Look at these images, y'all. I don't come on now. You can see that through the computer. Through the computer.
What is this? Are we plugging the book right now?
Yes, we're
Sorry.
plugging the book right now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, most of the energy on the internet is bot activity. So you have to already move with that. Like the
So that makes
page,
it even worse because a lot of times people are, like I said, the NPCs just roll with a lot of these posts and just start sharing these posts. So now you're being influenced by bots.
yes, yes. And
Oh,
most
that's
of the
terrible.
time, most of the activity on social
Terrible.
media is reposting. Most people are not
Yeah,
posters. So if you think about who's posting, the bots have more time to post than you do, homie. More than your favorite rapper, comedian, singer,
a lot
actor,
more.
model, even the chick. I mean, she can only take so many pictures. The bots will take her post and take a whole bunch of other girls that look good and then put them on one page and get the weirdos to follow because you think
Yeah,
they're real. And these are called parody accounts.
yeah. Parody accounts.
Yeah. So they just take a whole bunch of people that look like amazing and put them all into one page.
They look
And not just,
amazing.
I'm just saying like in the sense of like looking at like IG baddies or whatever. But they also do the same thing for like, I guess like, food, content, clothes, sports, you know what I'm saying? But the bots are able to harvest your content and repackage your ish every time.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like you're working twice as hard and someone just paid a bot.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot. So
So what we're trying to say is to bring this all together, y'all, NPC behavior is influenced by the bots that control social media largely because y'all spend a lot of time on social media. So,
mhm. And
Zuck.
trauma porn is like fuel. It's like their fuel.
Yeah. Trauma
Um,
porn isn't always just like violence. It can also be like watching somebody lose or fail, like you're saying in
yeah,
the video.
yeah.
Like that, even though it's not trauma, it's the same category of brain pathways that you're experiencing.
Oh,
Like,
like when you watch. the BMX dirt bike bloopers of people
Exactly. It's
flipping and
funny, but
crashing,
it also gives you an adrenaline rush, like you did
like
it.
ooh. Or
Yeah.
like America's Funniest Home Videos when someone's injuring themselves. Those usually get
Right.
the most
Right.
likes
And that's not as
laughs.
far on the extreme as, police brutality, but your brain is like and that's why it's like funny because I'm learning from someone else's mistake. But then it's also like when it's a situation that they can't control, or it's like a natural disaster, for example. That's something that like you want to be aware of it and understand it, but it's like there's nothing you can really do. But we still watch it. Storm
And
chasers.
we've got to report on it every 5 seconds. What's going
Right.
on with
Exactly.
this disaster that other people are suffering?
Right.
We have to
Or we
report, and
don't.
that's why I
We
don't even
should
watch
talk
the news.
about
That's
how
what most of the
they
news
were
is.
I
It's
heard
about
they're
suffering.
reporting less natural disasters nowadays because they're becoming so common. Like they just don't get as much news traction, especially if it's not in an area
The S
that's
in news stands for suffering.
if it's not in an area that is considered of high economic value, whether that's I'll just leave it at that. Like California is gonna get the news. Iowa may not get the news. Kansas may not get the news. Kentucky, Ohio may not get the news.
Yeah, because there's someone else deciding
Nebraska
at
may
some
not
point
get the
what news
news.
you're supposed. That's the Matrix deciding what news you're supposed to get in what area
Florida's
to
the
control the narrative for that.
I'm
For
talking
that
about global. I'm talking about nationwide.
all
I'm
of that,
talking about
yeah.
social
Because
media
that's the only time I enjoy watching the news is when I leave the country, and usually in a hotel
to
room,
give
I
you
can
that
either get like
overarching view.
BBC or Al Jazeera, and I don't want the American BBC. I like the BBC that gets broadcast in other,
I want
in
the
other.
UK. I want the UK BBC,
But the
Mike.
UK version, yes, so chops. So, anyways,
Don't make me go get my glasses now.
yeah, I'm just trying to wear them to block the like freak the light, whatever that damaging light is from
I want the UK BBC, Mike.
the computer. So yeah, trauma yeah, it's like so people enjoy this trauma porn, and I guess that kind of relates into like if you want to know whether you're living as an NPC or a conscious being, ask yourself, am I entertained by someone else's pain? Or am I moved to help transmute it? Or am I moved to help them in some way? If you're
Right.
entertained by other people's pain,
Yeah.
you're interested.
Yep. But we can move on. I feel like we covered
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Anyways,
So
now, yeah. So the last thing I want to talk about, and really just it's more all of this is about awareness, just awareness of what you're doing, the energy that you're sending out, and to me, wait, hold on, I'm trying to get my
a reminder that you
and
are sending out energy,
yeah, you are sending
not
out
just
energy,
words. Like maybe we should
and the
we didn't even really get to that point.
yeah, and
Connotations.
what people don't understand is that just because you're not in front of a person, we're all connected. So that energy you're sending out about that person, whether you know them or not, whether you're connected or not, it's sending out,
Even if you don't say
it's like
anything.
bully energy. You're bullying this person really. Um it's bullying, it's bullying amplified by technology. The person behind the camera may not throw a punch or send a cruel word directly, but they weaponize, their platform by involving ridicule. It's
Yeah,
a
it's like
like a
record. It's
digital
like
version of it's a digital version of pointing and laughing in the schoolyard. Only now, it's magnified to an audience of hundreds of thousands. Like
right.
it's almost worse than schoolyard bullying.
And you can manufacture people to laugh along with you. So it
Hmm.
feels like 10,000 other people laugh. What's wrong with
Right.
5?
And because true bullying always fuels off of humiliation as entertainment.
Right.
That's really what it is. Humiliation as entertainment.
Right. And that's even like a foundation of comedy, like even like stand-up comedy. It's always about telling your effed up stories, your stories that usually would seem very off-putting, but you spin them in a way that's like, hey, laugh at my pain. Like that wasn't that Kevin Hart's like Blockbuster. I think that was like on those second runs. It was something laughing my pain, I think. But
Yeah.
it's just a way of relating with the human experience. But like social media makes it to where it's you're commodifying people's suffering.
Yeah,
I think
they're like the person doing the recording, they're not helping or healing or adding anything positive to the mix. They're converting someone's weakness into content, or somebody's, even if let's say this person was just a bad mother. Let's say she was on who knows whatever was going on, whatever that was that you didn't approve of, now it's content, and this it just completely shifts the collective vibration downward and normalizes cruelty as humor.
mhm.
It's one thing if we're laughing together, and it's good to be able to laugh at ourselves, and when we make mistakes, to be able to learn from them, and kind of not take ourselves too seriously. But
Yourself
when
though,
you're
not
focused
other
when
people.
you're it's always a red flag for me about a person when they're focusing their attention on other people and what they're doing, how they're living, how, things of that nature. That means that you're not healed and balanced within yourself, because people who are healed and balanced within themselves aren't as concerned with what other people are doing, because they recognize that they've gone through that healing journey, and they recognize that everybody is also on said journey. So
And even if you do give time and investment towards caring about others, especially those that you care about, there's a certain level of investment that allows you to stay detached and allows you to continue ascending past whatever you're
mhm,
seeing. You can't live in whatever your algorithm is showing you every day. You know what I mean? 'Cause a lot of times
right.
it's going to be lower vibes than you should be on.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how it works.
And yeah, and bully energy operates, I think, what page where we talk about the indoctrination of superiority that I talk about in the book. But bullying operates in superiority. Look at them. That's not me. I'm better than this. And in reality, it's what they call it, insecurity masked by dominance. The person doing this recording is deflecting from their own inner wounds by trying to spotlight someone else's. I think what they say in the Bible, remove the plank from your own eye before you try to remove the speck from mine.
Mhm.
And, energetically, bullies are really stuck in loops of judgment and, projection and shame and, things like that. So don't think the bully is just the person in the schoolyard. It, social media bullies are still bullies, like, just uh yeah.
I would say evil or kind, honestly, because you got to think twice before you do anything on that type of stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you bully somebody in real life, it's probably wrong, but like, hey, I mean, you standing on whatever business, whatever your vibe is. But it's like through social media, there's no repercussions. Like in real
Yeah,
life,
and the NPCs aren't just like when it comes to social media. NPCs aren't just the non-functioning players in the background, or the neutral background characters. They are the enforcers of the matrix. They are the police. They're the ones that police acceptable behavior, and everyone else stays afraid to break the script. And then it's like bullying is like a type of programming. Keep people small, keep them looping, keep them afraid of exposure, all that type of stuff. Like, it's
and
just
bullying culture also limits creativity and keeps people from stepping out and expressing themselves how they normally would because they're worried and concerned about being canceled
not being bullied on
as
social media, or
inflammatory.
everybody's saying,
Yeah,
yeah, what you doing?
critique.
Why you wilding? Why you doing it? Questioning,
Right.
because sometimes even just people questioning what you're doing can stop people from doing the thing, doing
Like,
whatever
think
it
about it.
is.
You come out with a new outfit, right? You post your joint. Somebody remixes your post, and they don't say nothing. They just give you these side eyes and looks, and they just like, and it's just sound effects like whoop, ding. Like it's just like, like social media takes you to a point where you can't even. They didn't say nothing, but you know what it means. You know what type of energy
You
that's
know what
post
that
is
means.
going to attract.
You
And
know the
so
vibration and the energy that's coming towards
it's
you because you can
it's
feel it.
twisted, it's messed up. So I just thought of that because I'm imagining a way of like if you was in school back in the school days, it's like I didn't bully nothing. All I did
Why'd
was
you do
look
that,
at.
Bubba?
Like they just looking at your outfit, just like
Oh my goodness. People are funny. People are funny.
I got to give real life examples so we understand. This is what the post that you are liking right now. You're about to scroll past this. Yes,
I try to, and I'll be honest, because I, in a lot of instances, I do go to social media for some
a good
laughter, just
lie.
for some
Yes,
entertainment. And so
just be conscious about what you're looking at.
it does bother me when I see, like, you can be entertained without making someone else unwillingly the butt of your joke. You know what I mean? Like, and so I even have to check, like I said, I have to check myself in a lot of this, sometimes go back through my timeline. And did I share something that, to me, I think back, is this questionable? I've gone through my timeline many times,
And what's the
um,
intention?
and
You
removed
got to do
things.
it. You got to
Yeah.
do a timeline
What
cleanse.
was my, I had to, yeah, I had to do an intent. What was my intention when I posted this?
Right, because it could still be the same type of post. So I'm like, hey, if I see a Walmart post and it's someone with they booty cheeks hanging out, and I think that's unsanitary, and we talk about raising awareness for
As
that,
I eat my, as I eat it.
your booty paste.
Thank you.
Anyway, if you make a same type of post to try to say, hey, next time let them know, that's a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Versus just, oh, look at this fat person.
Like
And
if I see somebody and the parent is very well aware of what's going on, like I would have at least just said, hey ma'am, this, I'd have just been like, look, they don't ever mop these floors, ma'am. This floor is so dirty. Like I would have just like kind of reminded her, ma'am, this floor is dirty. You know what I mean? I would have done something to at least try to help. Now, sometimes people don't want your help and it may or may not be well received. But in any instance, I'm not going to record them and post it for public commentary. Because I mean, what if your weakest moments, what if you were at a space in your life where you weren't making the best decisions? That's great. That's fine. We're all on a journey. And then, 10 years from now, maybe you've grown and you've realized some things and you've, grown mentally in these things and somebody took some of your not proud moments or some of your weakest moments and drug it all through social media.
that is the new reality of the world that we're living in.
It's so
And
sad.
it's very
It's so
sad,
sad.
but it is the new reality that we're living in. So it's kind of one of those things where we have to be so hyper aware of our decisions that, like I said, people don't want to step out. And these aren't even decisions that are actually bad. Back in the day, you can change your identity. You can be like, hey, I'm this person. I'm moving to a new city. I'm doing this. These things follow you. They follow you a different way now.
Follow you with facial recognition.
The internet follows you. So you can't really you got to live
Kind of,
with
the internet really is similar to in the conscious community what we call the Akashic records, where everything, every thought, every word, every idea is kind of logged in
a bank.
a field. It's like a plane or a field of existence. All these things are there. It's just like with how nothing gets really erased from as above so below. Nothing really gets erased from the internet, and nothing gets erased from the Akashic records either. So this negative energy you're sending out, this judgment, this, it all, there's a karmic return for all of that. Nothing is for, you're not doing anything in secret. The universe, like when they say God
Even
sees all,
behind
the
your
universe
shadow
sees all.
account.
What?
Even
Yes, you have a shadow account. Whatever spiritual ideas you connect with, there is an everlasting log of your behavior and what you've done here, and that is going to determine what kind of life you're living, not just in this life, but in future lives. There's a karmic return. Bullying and bully energy boomerangs. Okay. That same ridicule you'll dish out will come back, and not necessarily as public humiliation, but as some energy of shame and disempowerment. Those who laugh today are destined to be subject of laughter tomorrow because karma will always balance the loop. always.
And the
So
thing is, I think too with karma is that you got to realize it's not gonna come in the form that you think. The form that you dished out is not the form it's gonna come back in. So you're not gonna expect it. Like
mhm.
you said, it's a boomerang. You threw it out with your right hand, but it's gonna hit you on the left hand side. So it's one of those things you just gotta be just be intentional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's okay. Like if you want to still do it, just do it with some intention. Like pick your battles wisely. Don't just
yeah,
loosely just record people and share things. And of course, if it's like, okay, no, I had to record this. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't record nothing, but I had to record this. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And but there's a different intention. Like that time you recorded that police car was up under the other police car or something like that. Something that just happened. Like that was like kind of wild scenery. Like yes, I can see that. Those are
Especially
sometimes
if there's nothing you
can
can
be
do.
entertaining things. But when it's the energy of look at this person, look what they're doing. I'm better than them. I wouldn't do that. Look at that. You know what I mean? Like it just there's an intention
Right.
set
It
with
like
it. There's a bullying energy. You recorded that video not with a bullying energy. It was
right.
just,
Like
man, it's wild out here in
imagine
Atlanta.
like you
Everybody
driving
be
down the
careful.
highway and you're
Yeah.
seeing people on the side of the road. Like you see, like I see a high number of people on the side of the road. I'm just observing like what's going on. People car overheating, what's going on. But then I can also pull over and be like, yo, look at this
Yeah.
dude trying to change his tire. He's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And it'll just pull off. Like
Yeah. It's
there's people that
not
will do
like
that
there's
though.
an intention when some people
Called
record videos
trolling.
with the intention to ridicule and shame.
Troll.
And troll, and that's the difference. And like I said, bully energy is one of the clearest markers of NPC programming.
But we
It
have to
clearly,
introduce
for me, it clearly reveals who is still asleep and who needs others to suffer to like feel superior. And so, and the only way past that, like people need to have more compassion for others, the same compassion that you would want somebody to, and don't make it to where you have to go through some really jacked up situation in life and to change how you feel, and need that compassion for you to realize that we all need compassion. Some people think that they're living this great life, they're high vibing, they're winning, whatever the case may be, and you're really not. You're really not at the end of it all. And so um compassion, I think, is the antidote to bullying. And people need to stand. I mean, I don't think we've gotten so I don't know if it's because of the digital and all the separation that we experience, but I just still can't believe nobody said anything in that airport, or at least not on the video. Because one of the responses to what I said was, and I will only respond once. My rule, if I do reply on something in social media, I will only respond once. I will not. I'll say what I have to say, and that's it. But one of the responses, the first response, had something to do with she wasn't distressed. She had a double stroller. She could have asked a Delta representative for assistance if she needed help. Okay, I go back to that baby was in danger. Why couldn't you ask the Delta representative to come over here and if you were not comfortable with saying something, me, I'm an ancient soul. I believe in protecting all children at all times. So I'm not going to just stand idly by and watch a child, until what they're not going to say anything until its hand is caught in the there's all sorts of little places in a that baggage conveyor belt where a
it's a
tiny hand
dangerous
can.
situation. Yeah, it was the
It's a
loom
very
man.
dangerous.
Yeah, we get it. But I think, yes, people will sit there until the
And
car
that child could
pulls
have
up.
at any moment climbed up that thing and went down in that hole. Like
Yes, and they would have screamed and then be like, "Oh my gosh!" And they would have stood right there in that same spot, and they would have yelled at
kept
the mom.
recording. More people would have just taken their videos out. More
Right,
people were taking their cameras out.
right. Because I gotta get this moment too. What? Yeah, of course. Hey, send me that clip, bro.
Hmm.
That's the new energy. It's
Yep.
currency. That's the new
Yep.
currency. It's content. So
Mhm.
I'll make fun of a homeless man for some content. I'll
Yeah.
commodify children for some content.
So that's a good question to ask yourself. If you're trying to determine if you're an NPC or not, am I creating content from compassion or am I amplifying bully energy for entertainment?
And when I started making content on
Because
TikTok, that's what I had to realize. I was like, bro, I am not finna be remixing people's negative energy I mean, I would do it for some positive, but that just takes too much. I'm just like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm making my own original
Some
good
things I
vibes.
just won't even share.
Yeah,
Now,
it's like it's too complex because I never you never agree with everything someone says. And then it's like if you say something or you repost something that they said, it's like you agreeing with the whole post. It's like, nah, I rock with 75%. I feel like it's a good
right.
message.
But I'm not also not going
I'm not
to
married to this person. I'm not locked
yeah, I'm
in.
also not gonna review
Justified.
the entire post or have to respond to every little thing. No, I get it.
Well, when you come at it from a place of like, oh, I'm all knowing, or I'm trying to help, or I'm an expert. People love to break down experts when they're not an expert in anything. Most experts don't spend their time trying to cut down other experts. You
Right.
feel me? That's
They
the
spend
thing.
their time trying to collaborate with other, with me, I
Right.
try to collaborate with other experts. When you're of a higher vibrational frequency, it's not competition. It turns into collaboration. When you're in a low vibrational frequency, you think that you think that there's not going to be enough for you. You operate from a place of lack. So you don't believe that you can have what's for you and the next person can have what's for them. You think that you have to, like crabs in a bucket, try to get everything.
Right. Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think that's a good message to leave off on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave off. You know, like I said, today I was very disappointed and I had
Humanity.
to get my energy together because
Right. And the thing with social media is like you can be disappointed in the person that recorded it, but then you got to see all the people that would have done the same thing. And it's just like, dang, I got these people is out here on the road with me. These people are out here on planes with me. I work with these people. These people make my food. You start to think about how connected we are, and it's like we're not as separate as we think. That's
mm,
the funny part. Social media makes you think that we're separate. We're living the same life. That's why social media is so funny because we can all relate to the same type of things, especially when you go through something like COVID and the the new COVID era that we're in. Like that's a whole new way.
post COVID era.
Right.
Almost sounds like post Cold War or
But
something.
it's not post COVID. It's the post lockdown. Post pandemic. This is people getting COVID today, dying from COVID today. But we're not gonna get on that. Thank y'all
Yeah.
for tapping in. Mr.
Thank
Brown,
you.
can we get a log off from Mr. Brown?
Oh yeah, we got to. Where's Mr. Brown?
Just
Oh,
seen
Mr.
him.
Brown. I've got Mr. Brown today. Brown's in my custody today. We share and fight over custody. Hey Brown, say hey. Mr. Brown, say hey. Show him your bow tie. Show him your bow tie. Bow
Brown
tie,
was
Brown.
asleep.
Hey
We can
Brown.
put Brown back down. He's okay.
Go back to sleep. He was asleep. He's not with it. He doesn't like it when the pack is separate
Brown's on that circadian rhythm. He like it's 7:30. Why we not laying down? You over
that
here
time.
podcasting this joint. Like that was yesterday. We was with
All
Crystal.
right. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm sending you all so much love and light, wishing you awareness, consciousness, high vibrations, and we will see you in the next video.
Peace.